and welcome to Getting to Know Your County Commissioner, the program that speaks to our elected officials about issues of importance to the community. I'm Alejandra Castro Nunez. Today I am pleased to welcome District 6 Commissioner Rebeca Sosa and her guest Deputy Port Director Juan Kuryla. We're going to be bringing you up to date with the many exciting things happening at our county-owned and operated Seaport. Thank you both for being here.
Thank you, Alex. It's a pleasure to be here, and allow me this opportunity because sometimes people don't realize I need to commend everyone in this department, the communications department. These are employees that work very hard, long hours, long days, to make sure that we have this opportunity to bring to our constituents information that is important to the community. So I really commend everyone and I appreciate this opportunity, and also to welcome Mr. Kuryla because as the chairperson of the Economic Development Committee, we oversee the port as part of that committee, and the port is such an important piece of the puzzle of Miami-Dade County. I always call that we have two lungs, one is the airport and the other one is the port. But usually people don't know what's going on there, and that's the reason why we are here today.
Thank you, Commissioner. Tell us a little bit about what's going on in the port. What exciting projects are taking place? What should the community know?
The community should know that the port is an engine that provides a lot of revenues to this county. The more visitors that we get, the better it will be for everyone who resides in Miami-Dade County, because that means that we don't have to depend so much on property taxes, and we can add people to our community that will bring those revenues. But what is happening? Incredible things are happening. Let's talk first about the cargo, so we can go into the cruise lines, because the cargo is going to face an incredible change in the year 2014. And why is that? Because the Panama Canal is going to be ready in 2014. And as the Panama Canal will be ready, Miami-Dade County was lucky enough to be the port, one of the ports that is going to help to bring all that business to Miami-Dade County, thanks to the dredging of the port that I want Mr. Kuryla to explain to us what is going to happen and where's Miami-Dade County going to be positioned after that.
Absolutely. First of all, Commissioner, thank you. Thank you for inviting me to be on your show this morning. You said it very well. The dredging project is going to place the Port of Miami among an elite group of ports capable of berthing the largest cargo ships that are being built. We will be the only port south of Virginia to have a minus 50-foot channel that would allow us to bring those ships alongside vis-a-vis other ports in the South Atlantic. So that is one of the major projects that we have going on right now.
And to make it simple to understand, what will that mean? Those big ones that are going to come to Miami-Dade County, and we will be able to connect, Alex, with the different areas and the different countries, because we are the gateways to the Americas, but we are also very close to Canary Island, to Africa. So in terms of cargo, what can the community understand will be the benefit of that dredging, which is, we have to thank the governor for the allocation of funding for the dredging of the port. That is something so important. But what is going to be the difference that the port is going to make because of that project, and because Miami-Dade County's port was selected, was qualified by the federal government to be one of those ports that they allowed the dredging to happen?
Sure. Back in 2007, Congress approved what we call the water bill, which is the authorization to dredge down to 50 feet. By having that type of depth, we'll be able to, like I said earlier, to bring the ships that will now be able to cross the canal once the canal expansion is over. What goes on now is you have ships coming from the Far East, China, Hong Kong, etc., and the majority of those ships cannot go through the canal. So they are offloading in Long Beach, in Los Angeles, West Coast ports, and then that cargo is making its way back even to the East Coast via trucks or rail. By widening the canal, now you're going to have a wider vessel with a deeper draft. And we are, our plan is to seize that opportunity, being the only port south of Virginia that can handle those vessels and get that cargo. Now, once we do that, we can go back to being a transshipment port. And what being a transshipment port means that we're going to get the bigger vessels, and then from Miami, we're going to be able to feed the smaller ports in Latin America and the Caribbean, thus creating more throughput through the Port of Miami, and thus creating some more jobs.
And that is one of the things that is so important.
Commissioner, a lot of people don't understand the community. What is the purpose of the free trade zone? Can you explain to them what this means?
Of course. Go ahead, Mr. Kuryla.
Thank you, Commissioner. A free trade zone is a huge value-added benefit, not only for the port, but for the entire community, for the entire international trade community. What a free trade zone, a free zone does, or a foreign trade zone, what they call it, what it does is that it allows a community to accept cargo from other countries and be able to either defer, reduce, or eliminate the duties that imported cargo has to pay upon entry to the United States of America.
It's what they call duty-free. And those who qualify, and when we are able to benefit from that, everyone that we deliver merchandise to will benefit too,
Absolutely.
and the community in general. And remember, all this translates into something, jobs and opportunities for our community. We need to make sure that we bring all these projects together to help those out there who deserve and are in need of a job, so we can continue the economic development that we started in Miami-Dade County. I think that we are beginning to see signs of recovering, and this is going to play an incredible role in that recovery too.
There's no doubt about that, and we can see this. The positive things that we're doing at the port is a reflection of the excellent leadership in Miami-Dade County, and I commend both of you for the excellent work that both of you have done.
I think that we need to commend our director, because
Absolutely.
our director has done an incredible job for years, and the relations that they have developed, Bill Johnson and Juan Kuryla, with the different cargo companies. We have Seaport Marine, we have so many others that they bring a lot of business to us.
Sure, that's true, Commissioner. And of course, Mr. Johnson, you said it, has done a phenomenal job, a tireless job, of course, under the leadership of our Mayor, Carlos Jimenez. And you, Commissioner, I really want to thank you for all the work that you do as our chair of our committee. But if going back to the foreign trade zone, it's going to facilitate cargo moving through through Miami-Dade County, and that's really one of the missions that we have at the Port of Miami: increase the cargo as well as the cruise passengers. And it's easy to get a free trade zone, foreign trade zone designation. Just calling the port, 305-371 port, and asking for Elisa Escobar, and she'll walk you right through the process.
Of course, and I was very happy to sponsor that legislation
Yes,
requesting that free zone. And not only that, I believe that now, after explaining all that, then it comes to play the tunnel. That is almost done. At least one way is done already.
Yes.
But with the tunnel, we will be able to relieve traffic in the main arteries to get ready to that moment when we have to move all the cargo around. Can you explain a little bit more about that?
Oh, absolutely, Commissioner. You know, one of the things that the major ports, the largest ports in the world they have three great components. If you look at the Port of Shanghai, Hong Kong, Los Angeles, Savannah, they have deep water, and we're going to have that. We're going to have 50 feet, something that, I'll throw a little pitch here, Savannah doesn't have. We're going to have...
We're better there.
Yes, ma'am. We're going to have great access. The tunnel is going to provide that great access. We won't have, trucks won't have to stop at 5 or 6 traffic lights from the time they get off the highway to the time they get into the port. And the third element that we're also going to have, that we're going to reinstate at the port early next year, is rail. The ability to put containers on rail cars and ship them out of the port, get them off the port quickly and in an efficient manner.
And that is a component that is a piece that is needed, because that rail is going to develop the ability to the port that once the dredging is done, once we receive those big ones, we can send the merchandise everywhere in a faster way. And I have to commend also the Department of Port, because during the construction of this big projects, they have been able to keep traffic flowing, and they have not been, visitors have seen that no disturbance have happened, and that is important, because as we move on to better things, we need to make sure that our cruise lines, for example, and all the visitors that come to go on a cruise, they feel that the port is there for them.
Commissioner, talking about cruise lines, I know you love cruises. Do we have any new projects, any new cruise lines coming
Many.
to the port?
Many of them. Do we start? Number one, I have to say one, that I am very happy. And this year, in the month of December, hopefully we're going to have the first Disney cruise leaving from Port Miami. And that is an incredible news for the families, that they don't have to travel to Port Canaveral anymore. It's going to be from here, from Port Miami. Go ahead, because we have a lot more.
No, we have a lot to discuss on cruises. We have a lot of new ships coming in this year and next year. But the Disney ship coming to Miami, like the commissioner said, is a first. The first time that we're going to have a Disney ship at the Port of Miami begins this December. Wow. And they've already told us they're going to be back the following year. So it is a very exciting time for us.
What other cruise lines do we have that you can talk about?
Sure.
Let me tell you, Norwegian Cruise Line, we are very proud of them. As a matter of fact, we are proud to host their biggest ship, which is the Epic, which is an incredible one. And they attract so many visitors, but not only that, for January 2014, is when Norwegian is going to bring another new one.
Their newest ship, the Norwegian Getaway, will be at the Port of Miami. It's going to be home porting at the Port of Miami. And together with the commissioner, we've been talking to Norwegian now for several years to bring that new line of vessel to the Port of Miami. And I'm happy to tell you that we now have a 10-year deal with Norwegian Cruise Line, just like we do with Carnival and Royal and Prestige Cruises as well. We have long-term deals to keep those lines here at the Port of Miami.
And all of them renew their contracts with the port. We have Royal Caribbean, we have Norwegian Cruise Line, we have Carnival Cruise Line, and all the different ones. And then we have another company that is going to be moving some operations to us.
Yeah, we have a couple of other companies that have decided over the past 12 to 18 months to bring their operations to Miami. One of them starts this season. It's called Regent Cruise Lines, which is part of Prestige Cruise Lines, and its sister company, Oceania, is going to be bringing a new vessel to Miami this season, the Riviera.
That's exciting.
And next Oceania has doing, Mr. Del Rio is doing an incredible job with his commitments to Miami-Dade County.
He sure is. And finally, the other line that we have coming in that has also is we've had the cargo arm of that company here before in Miami, and now we're going to have the cruise arm of that company, is MSC Cruises.
MSC Cruises is coming to Miami-Dade County, and then Disney is coming to Miami-Dade County, and then Norwegian is expanding their fleet, and then Carnival too. So we hope that
Carnival's bringing the breeze this season, and Celebrity is bringing the reflection. So all new ships here at our port.
Incredible. Celebrity is from Royal Caribbean too. It's a partner company.
Absolutely.
And we hope that very soon Royal Caribbean will bring some of their biggest fleet to us, because people in the community ask for it. And I think that we have to say thank you to all of them, because it's a pleasure to have that commitment with our community. Everyone wants to visit Miami-Dade County. And when you leave from Port Miami, the view that you have cannot be compared to any other port. And I can tell you that because you know that I love cruising.
And traveling.
And sitting out there to look the beauty of Miami, let me tell you, it makes a difference for those visitors. And we thank all those companies for their commitment to us, and to have all those different vessels over here to offer the community what they want. And if they want to amplify their knowledge about what is coming, they can go online and they can look at the Breeze from Carnival. They can look at the Epic from Norwegian, the Getaway from Norwegian too, and the Celebrity that is coming to us. So they have all the different kinds of enjoyment that makes Port Miami #1, without a doubt.
Thank you, Commissioner. Thank you, Juan, for joining us. That's all the time that we have for today. I'd like to thank both of you once again for this wonderful information that we've told our community. Remember, for Miami-Dade County government information, just log on to our web portal at miamidade.gov or call 311. I'm Alejandra Castro Nunez. Thanks for watching. Thank you.